Ahoy, footy fans! The NRL is returning to Campbelltown Stadium for the first time since round 9 last season, as the West Tigers host the New Zealand Warriors. Both teams are winless coming into this match, so it is a little bit of the Who Cares Cup, a little bit of a battle for the wooden spoon perhaps, but there's still some interesting stats that keep me intrigued, and I want to jump on and do some same game multis for this game tonight, so come on with me and let's check it out. Let's see what we've got going on. So if we start with a 3-leg multi, with my 3-leg multis, I do like to look at a match market and a couple of try scorers. Interesting to note that despite the fact that the Tigers are outsiders for this match, considered the underdogs, the Warriors have not won at Campbelltown since 2007. Now granted, they probably haven't played at Campbelltown a whole heck of a lot, but it's interesting that they haven't won at the ground since that period of time. So I've got a good feeling about the Tigers for this match, as good as I can possibly have for a team like the Tigers. But I have sworn to myself many times, especially in our tipping contest, which you can join there at tipping.nrl.com and enter in our competition code there if you'd like to enter for free and do some tipping against the Wasted World of Sports crew. Feel free to do that. But I've learnt a hard lesson many times, and that is because you never know what Warriors team is going to turn up on any given day. Never, ever tip the Warriors to win. So, of course, that probably means this week is the week they'll get up. But anyway, interesting to note, they haven't won at Campbelltown since 2007. Got a good feeling here about the Tigers. So let's go ahead and chuck the Tigers in for leg 1 of our multi. Now to look at a couple of try-scoring options. You always increase your odds a little bit if you pick one from either side, at least one from either side, rather than picking everybody from the same team, especially when you've picked that particular team to win. But David Nofaluma has scored 8 tries against the Warriors in 10 games. He's got a pretty decent looking strike rate. So I'd be pretty confident with chucking him in there as a potential try scorer, which gives us odds of $4.59. So we definitely want to expand on that. As you know, with me by now, I aim for around the $10 mark, if I can get there. So let's bring in a Warriors player, and how can you go past Reece Walsh? He scored a try in 9 of the last 15 appearances. What happened in those 6 where he didn't? Who knows? But he's usually a pretty good bet to get across the line. And by adding him to the multi, it does bring us up to odds of $11.57, which is perfect. That is exactly what I'm looking for in a 3-leg multi. So let's go ahead and chuck that into the bet slip. Having a look at another 3-leg multi here, I want to bypass the match betting market because I come into this game with no confidence at all about who's going to win. I think this is a genuine 50-50 game. Either team could win, and hopefully that means a lot of tries are going to get scored. So I think we can get some good outcomes with the anytime try scorer market. And just throwing stats aside, any number of players really could potentially score tries here in this game if it's as open, free-flowing, and as high-scoring as I anticipate it might be. So I think if we just focus on the backs for this one, we could go all right. So let's have a look at who we can possibly throw in here. And we'll try and make it a little bit different from the first 3-leg multi that I suggested. So let's forget about Nofaluma. Let's forget about Reece Walsh for this one. Feel free to add those guys into your own multi if you would like to, given the stats that I said earlier. So let's go ahead and put one. Let's put the most likely try scorer for each team in and see what we come up with. So Montoya for the Warriors and Ken Mamalo for the Tigers gives us $5.13. So pretty much flip a coin and see who you want to put in for that third one. I would probably lean towards... I really want to say somebody like Stafford Toa, who's coming in for James Roberts. Stafford Toa actually did a lot of good things for my multis last season when he was with the Knights. He's playing centre. He played on the wing that year. He's playing centre tonight. Could be. But in all honesty, I think you could have any number of... You could have Norfoluma. You could have Adam Pompey. You could have Reece Walsh. They're all going to get you to that $10 mark, which is where I sort of aim to be. So I know I've got David Norfoluma in the other multi. But I think I'll add the 2 West Tigers wingers and Montoya for the Warriors. That's a 3 Tryscorer option, odds of $12.16. But as I said, you can really, you can take your pick out of any of these guys. Make a combination of any of these 3. And the beauty of this game and the unpredictability of this game, and it could be a very high-scoring affair, we could even change this up. You could go really crazy if you wanted to. Just go Tryscorer crazy and add everybody in. You could have a 4-leg multi, 5 legs, 6 legs. Pretty good payout for 6 legs. But I'll leave that up to you to decide. I'm not going to go to that extreme tonight. As I said, I've got very little faith in this game. But what I will do is, just for a little bit of fun, let's extend the first 3-leg multi that I worked on. So we'll take out the match, the Tigers to win head-to-head. We'll take that one out, but we'll leave our try-scorers in. And that was Reece Walsh, David Norfoluma. And we will add in Ken Mamalo and Marcelo Montoya for odds of $22.50. And we'll go ahead and add that one as a 4-leg multi for tonight. And that just about does it. So there we go. A few same-game multi options for tonight. West Tigers against the New Zealand Warriors. I can't split these teams. I really can't. It makes it a good opportunity in the anytime try-scorer market, but it makes it very difficult to bring in anything in the match markets. Overs, unders, head-to-head, the line, all very difficult to choose. I think this game is really split down the middle, 50-50. I've got no idea who's going to win. I'm going to tip the Tigers because I've made a promise to myself, never, ever tip the Warriors under any circumstance ever again. They've just let me down way too much over the years. So I'm going to stick by that. Tigers at home, that's my tip. These are the multis I'm going to throw down on. Feel free to take that as a base for your own. I don't claim to be an expert or anything, but I do have a lot of fun. And remember to keep it fun and gamble responsibly. Don't let it become a problem. Thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you at kickoff. Cheers.